Preparing a Professional Resume. Here are some things you need to know about this course. You can use the buttons on the bottom right corner of the window to navigate in the course. Some interactions will require you to click or roll over an area to view additional information. Click on the blue box to open the interactive table of contents. Click on the red box to close. If you quit in the middle of the course, you will return to the last slide you viewed when you access it again. In order to receive credit for the course, please complete the end-of-course survey. Click Next to continue. Hello, and welcome to the Preparing a Professional Resume course. At the end of this course, you will be able to create a simulated Word document with appropriate resume formatting standards, align your skills and experience to the desired position, create a professional summary, determine which resume format works best for you, effectively organize your qualifications, skills, experience, and education, recognize the common pitfalls of resume writing, and build your own resume. Hi, my name is Maria, and I'm your personal resume coach. Today, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process of building a resume, a powerful marketing tool that highlights you. Simply put, a resume is a snapshot of your career, qualifications, and experience over the course of a specific time frame. You want to design your snapshot to stand out above other candidates, so that a hiring manager will want to schedule an interview with you to learn more about what you can offer to the position and to CSX. During the course, we will discuss different styles of resume formats, including chronological, functional, and advanced, so that you can decide which one works best for you. We will also discuss the different parts of a resume, including formatting guidelines, personal information, summary, professional experience, skills and accomplishments, education and professional development, and additional information. Let's start off by looking at some formatting guidelines to keep in mind when creating your resume. First, start with a standard 8.5 by 11 document. Give the document 1-inch margins. Use a readable font, such as Arial in 10 or 11 point, or Times New Roman in 11 or 12 point. Keep the same font consistent throughout the document, and avoid italics, underlining, or abbreviations. Also, keep in mind as we go through the building process, a resume should only be 1 to 2 pages in length. If it is 2 pages, number the pages and place your contact information on each page. If you want to practice formatting a Word document before continuing with the rest of the course, click the Try It button. If you are comfortable working in Word and just want to continue on with the course, click Next. With Word open, click on File. Click on New. Click on Create. Word defaults to 8.5 by 11 letter size document. Click Next. Now you want to check your margins. Click on Page Layout. Click on Margins. Notice that normal 1-inch margins are already selected, which are appropriate for a resume format. Your next step is to select a font. Click on the Home tab. Click on the Font drop-down box. Let's use Arial 10 point. Click on Arial. Click on the Point Size drop box. Click on 10. Now you want to save your formatted Word document. Click on File. Let's name the document Resume. Click Save. You now have a Word document appropriately formatted for a resume. One final note. If submitting your resume online, it's a best practice to convert the Word document to a PDF before sending. However, if your computer does not have that capability, it is acceptable to submit your resume online as a Word document. Click Next to continue. Now that the document has been properly formatted, you'll want to start entering your personal information. The only pieces of information that should go in the personal information section are name, address, phone number, and email address. Here are a few formatting style options in which to place your personal information. You can certainly choose a different format. Just keep in mind that the style should be clean and professional looking. A hiring manager might scan your resume for just 15 seconds before deciding whether or not to continue reading, so the personal information section is critical as a first impression. We've created a personal information formatting tool for your future use. Go ahead and click on the tool and download to your desktop. When you're finished downloading, click Next to continue. Think about your email address. Is it professional, or is it silly or disparaging in nature? If so, obtain a generic email address for resume purposes. What kind of voicemail is attached to the phone numbers you listed? Is it an unprofessional message or loud blaring music? If so, you'll want to change your voicemail so a potential employer gets a good impression. It's also important to note that hiring managers may search the Internet to learn more about you via social media, including Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Go through all of your social media sites and ask yourself, would I want a hiring manager to see this? Click on the social media link to learn more about how talent advisors use social media to vet job applicants. Then click Next to continue. Keep in mind that there is personal information that should not go on a resume, such as salary history or requirements, a photo, age, race, marital status, number of children, specific religious or political affiliation, and height, weight, or health issues. Knowledge check. Review the resume and select the 5 personal information items you think need editing or deleting. When you have found all 5 items, click Submit. At this point, you've created your Word document and know what personal information is required and appropriate. Before going on to the other sections of the resume, you need to know which job you want to pursue. As you are reviewing the job postings, be sure to read the job description thoroughly and do not apply for positions for which you do not meet the minimum qualifications listed. There are other best practice tips that you can do in conjunction with your job search. Click on Best Practices to learn more. Then click Next to continue. When you find a job posting for which you are qualified, you will want to align your resume to that particular position. You might be asking yourself, okay, where do I start? You'll want to use the primary activities and responsibilities listed on the job posting as your starting point. For example, suppose you came across a position for an administrative assistant of technology. Since you had experience working in a sales office as an assistant prior to working at CSX, you are excited to see that you have performed quite a few of the primary activities and responsibilities of the job, which include manage calendar, emails, and phone calls, spreadsheets, budget reports, make travel arrangements, order office supplies. These will be the key words and phrases from which you will construct your resume. However, before starting, keep these important tips in mind. Refrain from simply copying and pasting key words from the job posting directly to your resume. Turn the key words into phrases that represent your own skills, qualifications, and experiences. Remember that this resume is your marketing tool. Show off your work accomplishments and any awards you've received, And to really stand out with the CSX talent team, incorporate the CSX competency model into your resume. These include thought leadership. Did you introduce a new process or come up with a new way to solve a problem? Results leadership. Did you improve a process for an internal or external customer? Did you manage a detailed project? People leadership. Did you motivate others on your team to make improvements, or did you build a relationship with other departments? Self-leadership. Did you seek feedback from your coworkers? Did you identify one of your key challenges and focus on daily improvement? Technical leadership. Did you teach others about your job, or attend a class and present what you learned to the team? Now it's time to take the keywords and phrases that apply to you and turn them into effective bullet points by utilizing the tips we discussed. Go back to the job posting and look at the first bullet. Manage calendar, emails, and phone calls. How would you tailor this to your specific job experience? Reword this statement to manage department calendar, emails, and phone calls for 3 vice presidents within the sales department. What about the next 2 bullets? Spreadsheets and budget reports. This statement can turn into created spreadsheets and budget reports for weekly meetings and developed an online link to reference previous months. Make travel arrangements can be reworded to improve the speed and efficiency for making travel arrangements by job shadowing company travel department representatives. Order office supplies can turn into ordered office supplies and reduced yearly budget by $4,000 by incorporating a monthly inventory process. You have now aligned your work experiences to the job posting. These statements will become the bullet points that you will use to showcase your skills, experiences, and accomplishments. You will also use these statements to create your summary. Click Next to continue. Next, let's discuss the summary. The summary statement communicates what you can bring to the table in the targeted role or position you are pursuing. It highlights your most relevant strengths, skills, and core competencies that are unique to you as a candidate. A summary shouldn't be long, only 2 to 4 lines total. Now that you've aligned your skill set to the job posting, use those statements to build the summary, which follows the personal information section. You may recall putting an objective on a resume. However, a summary section is now used rather than the objective. Again, we'll refer to the administrative assistant example statements and list the following. 1. 1 or 2 adjectives describing your work style or ethic. For example, organized, reliable. 2. Your current position. For example, administrative assistant. 3. Number of years experience in that role and in what setting. For example, 10 years experience supporting 3 vice presidents within a fast-paced sales environment. 4. Your most important competencies, skill sets, abilities, and achievements, including prior transferable skills that would apply to a different career path. For example, proficient in providing high-level support, arranging travel, creating spreadsheets, and developing effective office procedures and processes. Excellent interpersonal phone and email skills. 5. Transfer those words to a summary. For example, organized, reliable administrative assistant with 10 years experience supporting 3 vice presidents within a fast-paced sales environment. Proficient in providing high-level support, arranging travel, creating spreadsheets, and developing effective office procedures and processes. Excellent interpersonal phone and email skills. The next step is to determine what type of resume format to use. There are 3 types of resume formatting options: chronological, functional, and advanced. What are the differences and how do you know which one to use? Click Next to view the first type of resume, chronological. A chronological resume lists, describes, and dates the specifics of each job and education experience separately. Places each category listing in reverse chronological order, starting with the most recent. Is used if you have extensive, uninterrupted employment in the area you are seeking. Does that sound like your situation? If so, use a chronological resume. Click Next to view a functional resume. A functional resume focuses on your strengths and skill areas and de-emphasizes positions and dates. Organizes skills into categories. Lists the experience section after the skill category. Used if you lack direct job-related experience, have too much or too varied professional experience and wish to consolidate it, are attempting a career change and need to emphasize transferable skills, are experienced but have gaps in your work history that you would like to minimize. You may want to use a functional resume if you lack direct job-related experience. Does that sound like your situation? Click Next to view the last format, the Advanced Resume. The Advanced Resume provides the title of the position in bold letters directly below the header. Lists your core competencies directly below the professional summary, which includes job-related keywords. Has a separate section for special accomplishments. Notes a specific job experience title, and is used if you have extensive experience in a specific area and you want to get a position in the same field or a higher level within that field. You may want to use an advanced resume if you already have experience in the position you are seeking. Does this sound like your situation? Now that you learned about the different formats, be sure to choose a format that works best for the position you are seeking and your skills and experience. Click Next to continue. Read the following about Kyle and his work experience. Kyle has been working at CSX for 3 years as a track worker, where he works as a member of a crew that installs new railroad track, maintains existing track, and services equipment. Prior to working at CSX, he worked for an environmental company as a field technician for 3 years. Some of his responsibilities at the environmental company included sampling various hazardous materials at project sites, maintaining equipment, and providing safety instruction to new hires. Kyle saw a job posting at CSX for an environmental specialist too, and would like to apply for it, even though it's been 3 years since he was in the environmental field. Which resume format would work best for Kyle based on his skills and experience? Click on the appropriate resume format. The next section that we will discuss is the Experience section. The Experience section of the resume includes your employment history, including the companies, dates of employment, the positions you held, and a bulleted list of responsibilities and achievements. Let's take a look at an example of how the Experience section should look on a chronological resume. Under the heading Professional Experience, type in bold the company name and the years of experience. Beneath the company name, type in bold your job title. Beneath each job title, create a bulleted list of responsibilities and achievements. If you are applying for a specific job, be sure to have your job description handy and pull the keywords that can transfer from the job description to your experience. In addition, think about the end result of your work and how it helped the company. For example, did you develop a new process that saved the company time and money? Did you create training that provided better understanding of a program? Or did you receive recognition from your team? Did you receive an outstanding performance rating? All of these examples can help you stand out. If you've held multiple jobs within the same organization, separate those titles and include the years for each position as noted in the example. This demonstrates to an employer your ability to manage increased levels of responsibility, your ability to adapt to a new setting, and your flexibility in taking roles in a different area. Next, we'll look at the experience section on a functional resume. As you recall, you would use a functional resume if there was a lack of direct job-related experience or if you are attempting a job change. In order to highlight your qualifications, you'll want to place a Skills and Accomplishments section before you list your experience. Click next to see an example of a Skills and Accomplishments section for a functional resume. As you recall, a functional resume focuses on your strengths and skill areas and de-emphasizes positions and dates. Using a Skills and Accomplishments header is a great way to highlight those strengths and skills. Under a Skills and Accomplishments heading, you would create a bulleted list of your relevant skills. Finally, let's discuss the advanced resume format. As you recall, you would use an advanced resume if you have extensive experience in a specific area and desire a position in the same field or at a higher level. The advanced format is a combination of the chronological and functional formats, but with additional information highlighting core competencies, accomplishments, and experience. Look at the advanced resume example. You'll see that the summary includes bullet points and core competencies. Since you have extensive experience in a particular area, you will want to highlight specific accomplishments in a Selected Accomplishments section. Lastly, note that the Experience section of an advanced resume format includes the position as part of the Experience heading. Regardless of the type of resume format you use, be sure to follow these rules and guidelines regarding the use of bullets. Use action verbs that are in the same tense and parallel in structure. Keep bullets at a maximum of 2 lines and ensure they are not repetitive. Include more bullets for the more recent positions and fewer bullet points as you go backward. Make sure your bullets are dynamic and highlight your results, skills, and accomplishments. Look at each bullet. Choose the ones that are appropriately written for the Experience section on any resume format. Then click Submit. The next section of a resume highlights your education and professional development. Include the highest level of education you hold, along with any certifications and additional training. If you are a college graduate, include the degree, major, and institution. If you are still pursuing a degree, include the word candidate after the degree. If applicable, you may include a professional development section. This gives you the opportunity to add other courses you've taken which may not be part of a formal degree, but would speak to your skills and willingness to continue to learn. Include only those courses that are recent and relevant to your future career goals. Professional development can include participation in programs such as the Career Progression Planning Program, the Associate Development Program, and the Business Leadership Program. For some people, education might be the final section of a resume. However, there are some additional items that you will want to include as the final section to your resume. This might include patents, licenses, certifications, language skills, awards and recognition, volunteer work, or memberships. These assets may not be readily apparent in your work experience, but they can help a recruiter or hiring manager rank one job seeker over another. What about hobbies or interests? Generally, you will want to avoid noting personal interests or hobbies on a resume. How about noting references? Although this was done in the past, The current rule is to not include the line "references available upon request." Have a list of references with you when you go on the interview, and only give out if asked. Here is some helpful advice to keep in mind when composing your resume. Use spell check. Proofread your resume twice. Then read it out loud to yourself. It's also strongly recommended to ask someone with proficient writing and proofreading skills to review and offer feedback. Ask the person, does this resume provide a clear indication of my skills and experience? You want your resume to be dynamic, concise, accurate, and error-free. You only get one shot to make a good impression. Now it's time to take the information you learned in this course and create your own resume. We've provided the different templates to get you started. Click on the appropriate template and save to your desktop. If you prefer, you can download all 3 templates to your desktop. In addition, we've also created a resume job aid that you can download for future reference. Click on the job aid to open and then download to your desktop. After downloading the template and the job aid, click Next to continue with the course. Congratulations on completing the Preparing a Professional Resume course. During this course, you created a simulated Word document with appropriate resume formatting standards, aligned your skills and experience to the desired position, created a professional summary, determined which resume format works best for you, effectively organized your qualifications, skills, experience, and education, recognized the common pitfalls of resume writing, and built your own resume. Click on the monitor to take the end-of-course survey. When you are done with the survey, click the Next button in order to complete the course and receive credit. This completes the Preparing a Professional Resume course. Click the Exit button to close the course and receive credit.